Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from FBE Capital.
So yeah, guys, a little bit different today than normal because I was just minding my business, you know, working on a video, shitting on feminism, as you do.
I'm 100% right on this. I don't give a shit about the scientific explanations. People, if they identify as a woman, get to compete in sports. If that's not fair in the short term for a variety of little competitions, I don't give a shit.
It's fucking insanity here, right? Anyways, this right here pops up on my feed.
Coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million.
And I'm like, seriously, this guy as well?
Again!
Like, what the f, man?
And I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty.
And Tony Busby is saying that is not true. We showed them the full video. Matter of fact, Tony Busby said specifically to me in the email that Shannon Sharpe did not want to see the video.
And, you know, a lot of people are getting all upset about the age difference.
The 54-year-old man, let's not say black or white, but the 54-year-old dude that's with a 19, 20-year-old, in corporate America, it's creepy. And
I'm like, I don't give a f about the age. I've made several videos. I don't care if there's a 500-year age gap. You know, as long as you're not out here professing how you are super into teenagers, then I don't care if it's two consenting adults. Like, that's not the point. And especially, like, don't forget, this girl is a OF whore, right? Let's not beat around the bush here. She's a prostitute. She sells her body for sexual gratification online. She gets money from men who pay her to get sexually off on her. So let's not make this about some morality argument about he's too old and he should know better to be messing with young girls.
I'm just saying a 54-year-old man is supposed to be laid up with his wife and kids somewhere. Hell, maybe even have a...
It was supposed to be. Yeah. The dating market, the United States, the climate of dating itself, women did not fabricate anything for men to be able to do that.
Couple of grandkids. I don't want to be chasing no young girl.
Because what are the conversations like?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know,
What do you think the conversations are? It's more about... That's the conversation.
oh, this whole case is about Shannon Sharpe, who is basically a former NFL athlete, a TV host. He has a very successful podcast.
I've always liked Shannon. You know, I love Club Shay Shay, but Shannon's dumb. Like, this is the whole. All of this is dumb to me. This is a man that cannot keep it in his pants. That if you were gonna do all this, I think you should have been able to protect yourself a lot better. But
Podcast, you know, one of the legendary podcasts where Cat Williams spilled all the beans.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
And so he has a massive media empire that is making him millions and millions of dollars a year, and he decided to risk it all and to f his
why I say he's dumb.
entire business up by, you know, getting involved with this 20-year-old OnlyFans model number who gives a f. Like, her name doesn't matter here because this is just a classic case of entrapment.
There's a video that show consensual sexual acts where he's doing things that she requested be done. Like, I don't know if it's like a role play situation or whatever the case may be, but it's edited to look a completely different way, allegedly, according to Shannon.
It is a very clear setup from the start, and this has all the hallmarks of the Trevor Bauer case, which I also discussed in a different video. Same conversations and the same type of recordings. You can see this coming from miles away. But the problem is, yes, a woman can set you up, but guess what? If a woman sets a trap for you and then you step in that trap with your 2 fat feet, you're still it doesn't matter to a judge.
Again, I'm not a big fan of victim blaming or whatever it is, but damn it, bro, you know better.
You know, this has got to stop. I mean, just like I said before, I love making videos shitting on feminism. I love making videos shitting on old women hitting the wall and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, men are fucking up in massive ways as well.
Nah, cause she wasn't really my type for real.
You spent 100 bands on her. What you mean she not your type?
It's never happened, but if someone with a husband came knocking on my door.
Nah, hell nah.
It's like,
you asking for trouble, Yachty. Asking for trouble, Yachty.
You know, every now and then we need to make these videos to make sure that guys are warned and that...
And that's why I cover these videos. And shout outs to FBE Capital. Give the man some support. he sets this up in such a way that it's very educational and slap in the wrist sometimes. Like, stop it! Get some help.
Guys, wise the up, because I didn't think that in 2025 we would still be having this bull come out where a guy just sees a giant disaster and let me go stick my head and everything else inside of it to find out just how dangerous it actually is.
You know who Sky Bree is, Ocho?
Sky Bree? Who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Come on. And the reason why I feel so passionate about this is because I've actually been in this situation myself and I avoided the trap. That is why I'm so hard on men here, because I don't understand why guys are this weak, especially guys like Shannon who have money, who have fame.
He can get any woman he wants.
You can easily get so many women.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone, Yada. Yada, you don't need no... Yada, you can have any woman in the world.
But you keep falling for these Brittany Renner type of hoes that are just an absolute headache.
It's fucking rude.
Oh, fuck them!
Now, I will say, because it is entrapment, that doesn't mean there is no, how would you say, I wouldn't necessarily call it evidence, but let's say just pieces of data that points to, you know, some type of wrongdoing.
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy choke small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
I don't understand it. If you're that famous and that rich, why don't you screen the living out of every person you...
With that kind of money, I would have literally a person made to just screen people that it comes anywhere close to me, let alone a woman that I'm interested in or want to mess around with or something. Like, you're worth millions. Spend some of it to protect yourself.
You mean you can't just be hanging around people, and especially women, when you have an entire media conglomerate to protect. That is so naive. That is crazy to me. You know, they meet in January of 2023. She starts her OnlyFans in June of 2023. That's clearly a woman who's looking for money, right? She's looking for money. You're in LA. I mean, LA, Miami are the two most infested whore places in the world.
True.
Other than Dubai. And so, you know, whichever...
Well, because the LA whores and the Miami whores fly together to Dubai.
Way this goes, he is still fucked. So all of these people that are saying, you know, Shannon in 5.
It don't matter. Divorce court, child support, Lou Dort. Bigger than 5.
That's who he is.
Bigger than 5.
Yeah.
No, not Shannon in 5. Shannon is and the reason why he's is because he's already down tens of millions of dollars. He's going to be paying millions of dollars in legal fees just for defending himself against the allegations, and then to file the defamation lawsuit against her as well. And even if he wins both, he's not gonna collect any of that money. Like, this girl, unless she has some very rich real daddy, you know, biological daddy, not a sugar daddy, but unless she has a real, very wealthy family member that has, you know, given her some sort of trust fund inheritance, and she's rebelling against this by starting her OnlyFans, she's not gonna be able to pay anywhere near the cost and the losses that he's incurred already. So that money's gone. That money is completely gone forever, and she's probably just gonna file bankruptcy if she loses this all, and then start OnlyFans again, right? That's literally what's gonna happen.
Like, literally no consequences for these women.
So it is a lose-lose situation all around, and ironically, it probably made her a lot more money just from all of the publicity, because at the end of the day, her IG, you know, she's on 500,000 followers and growing. Let's see, she was on 502,000 yesterday. She already gained 7,000 followers in a single day. Like, her Instagram is going off the charts. I guarantee you the same thing is happening with her OnlyFans, and so she's making tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars extra by the time this is all said and done.
So the fact that if this is true, right, why would she go grab Tony Busby?
I will say that all of these audio recordings that are slowly being leaked by her douchebag of an attorney, who, you know, if you've been following some entertainment law news, this guy has been involved.
Again, this is why I hate lawyers. Everybody is like, oh, but he's just doing his job. So his job is to tell his client to lie and commit perjury and do illegal acts so he can win, or so that client can win. No, you're supposed to use the law and not do bad things.
Involved in a whole bunch of controversies, one with the Jay-Z, where it turned out that everything was a whole bunch of bull and a whole lot of things didn't match up. So just the fact that she has him as an attorney is already a major indication that there's a lot of things wrong with this case. But regardless of that, you know, Shannon is still the idiot that decided to get involved with this. Like, how do you not see that this was a clear problem from the start? With the classic gym thought, pulling down your pants, pulling up your bra.
I mean, again, this pose right here, or the pose, we already know. We already know.
The ridiculous attention whore-seeking photos in the gym. And so not only is this absolutely talentless OF suing him for $50 million, which is a crazy amount of money, but apparently alleged by Shannon's own attorney, she was actually offered $10 million to just fuck off, and she refused to take that.
Wow.
Now, there's two ways to look at that, obviously. It's good. You could look at it as like, wow, is she that greedy that $10 million is not enough? Because maybe I'm just a stupid brokey, but I would say that $10 million is a lot of money, right?
I might not be on YouTube anymore if I got $10 million, to tell the truth.
That's a whole lot of money. Even if you lose half of that to like your attorney's commission and maybe some taxes, because this is like this is a different type of settlement, I believe, and then in some states they do tax these types of settlements, and so you could lose half of that, right? But you would still walk away with $5 million after taxes clean, which would probably set you up for life. I mean, that's a lot of money. And so to say no to that means that either you're super greedy and stupid, or you might have some extra nuclear evidence that hasn't been released yet. And so the allegations of, you know, rough play and abuse and all those things, those seem to be part of like a consensual role-playing situation. The only thing that stands out to me in this case, and that a lot of people aren't talking about, is the, you know, filming without consent. And so that's going to be an interesting part, and that might be the reason why she declined the $10 million offer, because like I said, there might be some nuclear evidence that we still haven't seen or still haven't heard about, that someone like Busby is definitely going to slip in on the last minute. Of course, you can go off on this chick that she's, you know, she's a liar, she's this, she's that, and you can call her.
But I also, again, Shannon, bruh,
all sorts of names, which I'm sure people are doing right now. But the point is that this is all on Shannon, because when you have a $100 million empire, you're a tycoon at that point. Basically, you are a media empire, you're a sensation, and your dick is risking all of that. Like, that makes no fucking sense, man. That makes absolutely no sense. And irony here is that I'm pretty sure that Shannon is one of those guys like, oh, I don't pay for pussy, I don't pay. I'm like, dude, you made a $10 million offer for pussy right now. Like, I agree.
I mean, he gave her what, $25K per cheek, or like $50K. Holy!
I don't think you should pay for pussy. I definitely don't think you should pay for OF bull. Like, that's the biggest mistake men have ever made in their entire life.
I mean, I'm a little bit against, I'm not against this, but I'm on the other boat. Hey, sometimes it's easier, more convenient, it's better for you to just pay for it and move on than dealing with things like this.
Lives like simping on OF for these whores, like, that is just crazy to me.
But I also felt like he paid for this and still ended up with this. This is why you really need to protect yourself. And you know, the love contract, you know, Chappelle Show, love contract. We just need that.
But
everywhere.
When you're against that, and then you have to make a $10 million offer to the exact same woman, like, just think about the economics here, right? If he would have gotten involved with just straight up escorts for like $1,000 an hour escorts, he could have had $1,000 an hour escorts, which would have cost him only $1 million, and he wouldn't have had any of this bull. Like, nobody would have known. It would all be very, very hush hush. It would have been very discreet. Nobody would have talked about it. You just fill in the form and you just tick the boxes of the crazy depraved shit that you want to do, and you know, it gets served up to you like a restaurant menu. Now, I'm not talking, it might sound like I'm talking from experience here, but I actually just, I met two escort agency owners. These were two women. I met one in college who started one of these companies, and I met another one a couple years later, and I had no idea she was one of these owners. And as soon as I found out, I got the fuck away. But they did educate me on how that business works, and I saw some of the women that worked there. Dude, these are crazy hot. Like, I'm not even, you might think that, oh, $400 isn't that much, right? You have to go for the $4,000 escort. No, trust me, the $400 and the $600 are insanely hot. These are women that could easily walk the Victoria's Secret's fashion show.
I mean, think about it. So that just by those numbers, $400 for insanely hot, pretty much almost Victoria's Secret models. That's guaranteed you're going to sleep with them and move on for maybe an hour's time. What do women want nowadays? $200 dinners, $100 dinners. You gotta take me out. You gotta do all this. You gotta wine and dine me. You're probably gonna spend more than $400 to wine and dine and to impress that person to sleep with them. Majority of the time. There are women that aren't gonna like you, and you don't have to spend money, blah, blah, blah. Sure. But you're not gonna be able to run through as many women that way. But this way, safer, $400. I'm not saying $400 isn't a lot of money. It's a lot of freaking money. But your sanity, protection, it might be worth it.
Most of them are in college. So this is absolutely a humongous self-induced fuck up that never needed to happen. And all that he had to do is one of two things. Either just control your own depravity.
You know who Sky Bree is, Ocho?
Sky Bree? Who that is, Coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Don't go out with these so-called Instagram baddies,
for sure,
or aka OF whores, and just stick to normal women who actually have self-respect. Or if you really need to do all this depraved shit, just pay for it through the normal channels. So guys, don't be stupid, just protect yourself and stay safe. Peace.
Shout outs to FBE for that one. Yeah, I covered this because this is on our end here. Men, control your penis, control where you stick it in. If you're at such high echelon in life, make sure you protect yourself. And if you're a low echelon in life, you still gotta protect yourself. You never know when you're gonna be high-end echelon later. And you never know if she's going to be a horrible mother, use that kid against you. Remember, protect your seed, protect your penis, protect yourself. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that.